This is DJ Sergeant First Class Diggler with Neo Retro FM, Hook, Line, and Thinker.
It's very bizarre.
That's this coming Wednesday, October 13th, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central Time, only on the Groove Zone's Hook, Line, and Thinker page on Facebook at facebook.com/Hook, Line, and Thinker1. This is one edition you don't want to miss. Cover-ups and lockdowns. Hook, Line, Thinker.
I'm sitting out here in Creepsville getting ready to do this show.
Or Stormy or Thomas, Triple T. Did either of you guys see Underworld?
No. Oh yeah, with the vampires, right? And the lichens. The vampires and lichens.
werewolves? Okay.
The lichens. Yeah, the lichens.
Exactly. Stormy, are you a horror fan at all? Or
Why are you, Kobe?
I am.
Ooh.
I'm picky about it. I'm not so much into the gore. I
No.
like whatever.
Okay.
But the suspense, the psychological stuff, the creepy stuff. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
I
another
haven't
one.
watched a horror movie
Okay.
for like,
Thank you.
well,
I'll get a
four,
bigger
so
one.
I haven't watched one forever. But
What was the last one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't even watched horror for probably 4 years because my kid's 4.
Okay, then you probably
But-
watched one since I have. So what was the last thing you saw?
Okay. The last ones I remember watching that I liked were Housebound and The Babadook.
Okay, I'm not familiar with either of those.
Where's the Babadook? Never saw it though.
Babadook, what was that about?
The Babadook was about basically some kind of evil entity in this woman's house. It's a single mom with her young son, and it just kind of takes over and makes him weird and makes her weird, and it's sort of her like supernatural fight against this thing. But it was really captivating to me,
Okay.
and not
Is
all
that
of them
the-
were.
See, then
Is
you're
that the
better
one
than
that he
me.
found where he found the what do you call it? I can't think of the
Go
word
ahead.
right now.
do it.
Where you take dead people, what the heck's it called?
The cemetery?
The morgue. Is that the one where he found the old morgue downstairs? Is that the movie where he found the morgue downstairs in the new house?
I don't think so.
Stormy?
I don't know.
No, obviously not. Okay.
Okay.
Thought I might have seen it.
Was there a morgue in the movie?
Friends, stop.
Was there a morgue in the movie? Was there a morgue in that movie?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry, Stormy. Yes.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Then Oz, the answer would be no.
Yep.
And
Got
it was not an American film.
Oh, it wasn't.
No, that one I want to say was European, maybe British.
Okay.
And Housebound, the other one that I was talking about, the Housebound's kind of a comedy horror, but it was done in New Zealand or Australia, and it's hilarious.
Okay.
It's hilarious. That's a good one to watch.
But now when you say hilarious, so I mean everybody's got their own levels of like hilarity and like all those different factors. Even Sponge. I mean, some of the movies that he thinks are really hilarious and funny are enough to make me want to throw up. But that's just me. And that's
No, and this one's really, really tame. It's a little spooky the way that it happens. It's basically a tweaker that gets caught trying to rob an ATM, and she gets sentenced to stay in her mother's house, and they don't get along at all, but she ends up realizing there's all this creepy stuff going on. And I like the monkey, and stuff's going missing, stuff like that. Right. And it turns out it's like, well, I don't want to spoil it for anything, but it gets kind of creepy, but then it gets funny too.
okay.
In like her reactions and her mom's reactions are hilarious. I don't know if any of you have ever seen Dale and Tucker versus Evil,
Bits of it.
but it's funny in that.
Okay.
It's funny in that same kind of way.
Okay. See, I mean, like Sean.
My ultimate faves though are
Yeah.
The Strangers, because oh my gosh,
Oh no.
The Strangers.
No.
And The Hills Have Eyes. I don't do nuclear stuff, and The Hills Have Eyes is absolutely one of my favorites because it scares the hell out of me.
The Strangers.
Man.
The Strangers was one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen.
Hills have
I'm
eyes.
45, and if I watch that at night, I will not get up in the dark to go to the bathroom. I won't do it.
No.
The The hills have eyes is the most disturbing one I've seen.
Yeah.
That one and the
That's mine
caterpillar
too.
movie. What's that caterpillar movie
Oh,
when they
Centipede?
oh my gosh. Oh, monkey, yeah.
That's
Like when he
See,
showed that
I
monkey
think
eyes.
Diggler's is just as good there.
I think like what Diggler's got up behind him right now.
Exactly.
That's an awful lot what it looks like. And what it looks like is actually we're about ready to unfortunately run out of time. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast. I'm DJ D Phoenix, hanging tonight with Cousin Robin, King James, DJ Triple T, Sergeant First Class Diggler, Stormy. Oz was here somewhere, and Doug, well, he's next door. But anyway, don't go.
Yo, what's going down? It's your boy Dub FX. I am doing a show called Hook, Line, and Thinker with DJ D Phoenix on Neo Retro FM, so tune into that. Peace.
See, that's just because the filter of reality that the average head has been consuming over eons of time has been heavily filtered, because you can't, it's like how the brain even works for us to assimilate into reality. It has to filter all the stimulus for us to be able to orient ourselves. And if you drop that much information on billions of people, what happens if 7 billion people are terrified and rampaging? Like, we're in big trouble. So it's like it's like as the head matures, more information can come out.
Exactly. Do you know who Bill the Cat is?
Bill the Cat.
Yeah. I want to say Bloom County, from like way back in the day. Really messed up cat, one regular eye, one eye like popping out of his head.
Bill the Butcher.
Or
Bill
him
the
too.
Cat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Bill the Cat. That's what happens, in answer to your question, when you drop a bunch of information on 7 billion people.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. That's a great one. Great call. That's exactly it, man.
We just got pictures of Bill the Cat peeking around on the outside of the Zoom window here.
Bill the Cat. And also a very good form of LSD, actually.
Oh, really?
Cat?
There was a Bill the Cat
acid back in the 80s. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thus, again, why the eye was sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's okay, so you guys have made it to the States. Don't worry, we'll come back to this one again here in a few. You guys made it to the States. We're down here for about 5 days. What are the prospects of an actual, even whether it's a full-on tour or a mini tour? What are you guys thinking about coming back down and touring the States again?
We're definitely working on it. I mean, as soon as we got there, it was kind of like a catalyst to be there more. And another main reason why we came down was, again, our management's out there and we have agents out there. And we had hung out with our manager once in person prior to COVID, but our agents down there, we had never met in person. So we also went down to meet everybody and go and have a good time and, you know, get us all fired up about each other and start working on plans for the future. And yeah, we got the visas to work in the States now. So that's definitely on the top of mind for us.
Ooh-wee.
Cool.
Yep.
Now, did you guys get in one of the really cool Mountain Head, like Love Bug vans and drive down, or did you fly down?
We flew down.
We flew down.
You flew down. Was that in a plane or just with your arms?
We tried with our arms, but we only got to about Calgary.
Well, I can see how,
Yeah.
those are some rough crosswinds that happen, probably around there.
Yeah, we
Okay.
flew down, and we got there pretty quick. The plane was going like 1,000 kilometers an hour. It was wild.
They have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, I didn't know they went that fast. I mean, shit, I thought they were 500, not 1,000.
But see, when you're in the compressed, in the pressurized cabin, though, you don't realize just how much your face would be like going back, and there
Yeah.
again, one big eye sticking out.
Bill.
The rest of your face is, I'm telling you, Bill flowed too much. That's what happened to him. Cool. But probably no even like real idea of when, like maybe 2023.
Yeah, I would be unless some tours come up in the next few months. I would think it would probably be 2023.
Yeah.
Right.
Still, I mean, touring is still in kind of a weird state.
It is.
Unless, at least from what we've been hearing, is unless it's like a legacy concert or a rescheduled concert.
Right.
New concerts just aren't really selling, and it's looking like, of course, there's going to be some sort of recession or something. So another smack to the entertainment sector.
Blammo.
No doubt.
Whatever. We'll see how it all plays out.
Well, music didn't die though through this whole COVID thing.
No, definitely not. It thrived, I'd say.
Yeah, and I mean, look at what popped up in the last few years.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay, so then
Can we start here?
I'm sorry.
I want to start here, Darren. Can you explain to me why you're wearing a glove on your left hand?
Because my hands are messed up.
Okay.
It's
Gotcha.
it's got a marijuana leaf on it, but that has nothing to do with anything, I don't think. Yeah, no, it's because of my hands, my disability.
Speaking of marijuana, is it legal out there in Washington State?
Yeah. But tweakers especially, they're gonna just keep going.
And I think it depends on where you're at, because I know Olympia, you've got every resource imaginable. That's one of the reasons why
Three pipes even.
And people that are stuff like that are gravitating towards it because you can get everything that you need.
Yeah. I mean, they've got little rooms you can go.
No, they don't.
Pardon my. Yes, they do have little places you can go slam your heroin safely so nobody bothers you.
Oh yeah. San Francisco just came up with a program where they're serving alcoholics drinks. During the daytime, they come in, they can get their drinks. As long as they follow all the rules or whatever, they are rewarded with drinks. And that's
Does it seem like they're trying to push and discredit the society? I mean,
yeah, exactly. Not helping them at all.
No, they're helping them all right.
Helping them to everything we've all worked hard for.
They're helping enable them to stay in a vicious cycle and not find the elements for true healing, because no one is interested in helping the nation get healed and whole from a lot of the trauma and dysfunction that caused a lot of people, Vietnam vets that came, some of the institutions that they closed down and literally pushed people with not a lot of resources just out to the streets with no meds, no support, and they wanted to create a vicious cycle.
So it's like they filibuster every single step or move that's in the direction of helping somebody for real, helping them. They're just like,
we need to open Western State again.
Well, the thing is working in the mental health community there in Olympia for so many years.
That's right.
And seeing them pull these, what they do is they take these people who are truly been through so much trauma, they pull them into these institutions, and then they put them through a whole buttload of more trauma, re-traumatize them, put them on medication, get them to start to believe that there's some kind of hope for them out there, and then continuously put them back out into the same bad situation over and over and over again. And continue cycle. Money. And meanwhile, these people are dying, they're getting raped, they're getting murdered, they're getting God knows what kind of other things done to them out there in those homeless communities that there are popped up around town there. And they just do nothing about it except for continue to get money from the government because the government will pay for them to get in these programs over and over and over again.
Yeah. It's a vicious cycle and with zero intention for healing. Like our, no offense, pharmaceutical, they are not interested in healing our ailments. They're just masking the what is it called? The symptoms, but with no intention to heal. So
that's what Chris and I were just talking about, just putting a Band-Aid on every symptom. You know, it's just the same thing as you see those folks sit down on the corner with the sign begging for money. Basically, everybody just gives them their money all day long. They're putting a Band-Aid over the symptom and not fixing anything for those people.
It's just like it's just like the medical industry is doing now. The doctors, they're not interested in fixing anything. I mean, if you have something going on, they're going to tell you, oh yeah, you got to see a specialist. You know, there's another bill, a whole nother visit bill. The thing is, all they want to do is they want to deal pills. That's all they want to do.
Oh yeah, because that's where the money's at, is in the pills.
Big fun.
And then God forbid you actually have something wrong with you.
Okay, what's this? What's this one?
So this is, I don't know, you tell me.
Okay, is it volume?
Is it what?
Turn the volume up.
Oh yeah, the volume's down. There you go. There's my spaceship. You need to get the boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like,
where's that at, Karen?
Miami.
Oh, Miami.
Oh, is that a rocket?
No. Oh, is this the one that looks like the cherubim angel? No.
Oh, that was cool.
And all it says is 2024.
More like hazy. Yeah, hazy, cloudy. Just really, yeah.
Wow.
You see the small something to the right of the big light?
Yeah.
I do see that.
What, like it's hovering?
Like a little tiny.
Like a drone or something.
Like a moth to the flame almost.
Right. It's hard to say what that.
Now this is changing shape.
Did you see it? No, when it was over here, it looked so crazy.
Now it changes shape.
Looks like it's on fire. Speaking of underground, Miami has a big underground network. Like a whole city under there. Right.
Yes, they do, and so does Tampa.
And that's crazy. I mean, because look where they're at.
Well, it's not Metrocity, unfortunately.
They're on a big sandbank.
I know.
Right.
Well, guys,
I don't want to be under
thank you
there.
very much for tuning in. This has been Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast. I'm DJ D Phoenix, coming to you out of New Mexico, hanging tonight with MOMMAHEART, King James, Oz, and Chris Thomas, and the lovely Jen Thomas, and also Gretchen and Dizzy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages. Thanks, guys.
Woo-woo.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys, we just celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we're a blended family, so we are blowing the socks off of the norm. A blended family, 31 years in.
Cool.
My former
About the
husband is
Easter
on his
candy
fourth
and the
wife.
bird and the house with the snake and the Coke and the bikers and all.
Oh.
Just like and the guy that got hit in the head.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh. And that was all before it was 10.
I was 4 when that happened.
Dude, that's just wild.
I know.
That sounds like a good party.
Oh my gosh, it
It
was.
was. So Cornelius Bumpus, the saxophone player for the Doobie Brothers, was there.
Wow.
He played in my godfather's band, Jackson Street, and then also the drummer from the Beach Boys was there.
John Stamos?
Before he drowned.
Oh, not John Stamos.
John
No.
Stamos.
The one that drowned. The drummer in the Beach Boys that drowned. I don't know his. I don't know his. But,
Dennis Wilson.
Was it Dennis Wilson?
John Banana Patch.
Brian Wilson.
John Banana Patch. Okay, then it was Dennis. Yeah, and then him and another one of the brothers used to come by my godfather's house and blow.
Wow.
It was 1978, you know.
That's-
Social. I was only 4, so I wasn't dipping into it
That's
yet.
That was too early for me too.
Right? Yeah.
Even
Me
a little
One
bit.
time I played a joke on my mom, and I laid out some sugar and made like little lines.
Right.
And I said, "Hey mom, look what I found." And put it, and her and her friend are all like, "Oh wow, cool!" And they
thought it was
snorted.
one of the friends that left it for him, right?
They snorted sugar.
Didn't they think it was one of their friends that left it for him?
Something like that. They just thought that someone had left it wherever it was. It was like, I don't know, it was on the counter or something. I was 4. I didn't even know what I was doing really, but I knew I was tricking them.
You were just copying what you already saw.
I was exactly. Yeah.
Too bad you didn't have pixie sticks.
No doubt, huh?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Or crush up some hot cinnamon, candies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Burn,
That'll
baby,
do
burn.
That will do the damage. Okay, so did you find the video you were looking for?
I did. Now, I opened the URL. Well, can that do anything? Can that take?
You open up? Yeah, because as long as you're able to share, which I believe that you are, you should be able to pull up anything on your screen. And
Okay, so let me see how I do that.
Yeah, you should have a share thing on there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't, and not CAGR.
So you'll have to show it on your screen and then share the content.
Right. So you can
Okay.
full screen it or whatever you would
Let
like.
me see the background. Always show me.
So good timing then with the trail cam thing, because of the fact.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Wait. View. Oh, I see. Okay. Here.
And
that's you.
Talking about CERN, those weren't assumptions that you had made about the tie-in between CERN and the rise in like trail cam and like different incidents like that. You actually saw that somewhere online, right? Or
wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm just trying.
No,
No, I don't want to leave the meeting.
It's only time.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, I definitely foresaw a lot of this coming up. And it's everything that I've talked about is coming to pass. It's.
But how do we
right,
know that
on.
what we're seeing online isn't filmmakers?
Yeah, because AI is really jacking stuff up.
It sure is.
It is, and TikTok and other sites are full of them.
Yeah, and you got AI videos that you can't tell the difference now. So
what did I just do? I'm trying to figure
I
out.
just totally think that if some of this stuff was actually happening, that somehow we would be hearing about it other than just online on TikTok.
I'm not even seeing it. Oh, is it only on TikTok? Because when I do a search, I don't find anything about CERN.
YouTube, there's a lot on YouTube. Weirdest things. We probably don't have time for all of them. So here we go.
20.
Here we go.
Squirrel versus coyote.
That's nothing.
Life in the wild isn't that, and you never know when a predator may be around. Small animals may seem more agile than their
Squirrel
predator.
versus panda.
Squirrel was able to hide, and coyote just couldn't move fast. One moment if we searched the area, I could imagine high up in the tree by that. The subscribe button.
There's no way we're going to get through 20 of them in the time allotted.
Number 19. Herd of horses running away from huge predator.
That's not
This
scary.
video. Knowing don't usually prey on horses.
Oh, it's a panda bear.
The herd then. Well, the bear was likely.
Big old panda.
Bear rolls around in sawdust.
What in the heck?
It tumbles around putties. Although beach tar seems to be.
Okay, we're going to pull out the apples and juice boxes now. Everybody grab your rug because it's effing
Cat
like
gets
story
scared
time.
of huge passerby.
Oh my God,
To
really?
be ready to flee if things got to stay or go. Soon enough, isn't even interested in the food. Probably gave it a heart attack.
You know what? I totally bite. That was one of the worst videos I've ever seen. Boo.
Possum versus cat.
Yeah, who gives a crap? I want something more along the lines of this. Something along these lines, if it'll go. And we are right at, okay, good. So we probably got time for maybe one.
Okay.
And then again, so with all the film crew being around, It's totally slowed our Wi-Fi down. Trail cam footage recorded in the deep woods. Why are they hearing that kind of music?
Could be a ceremony going on.
Okay, so I guess it was a short one then. That was only 21 seconds.
Huh.
Supposed to be watching for.
I don't know. I guess looked like headlights in the background.
Yeah, the eyes shine up above the whatever that is. Right.
Right.
Oh, I see.
That could be headlights.
I could do that with markup on my computer. So that really okay. So that's two that suck.
So it's a coyote and there might have been a bear in the background or headlight or
bears don't have large fangs like that.
Like what?
Shadow Walker.
Well, there were some skinwalker ones on there, and I thought that's what it was.
Skinwalker, I mean.
However, that's going to have to be for our next episode. So I guess on behalf of Phil and everybody else that we're planning on being here tonight, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. Dizzy, thank you.
Many thanks.
Will you do
You're
some
welcome.
editing over the weekend and bring that back to us maybe Monday?
I will for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, because we will watch that one for sure, and then we'll ooh and ah. Sponge, it's a day.
Good seeing you guys.
You too. Hey, we're not done yet. You got to do
not done.
Sponge, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'll try and make it on Monday too.
Yeah, why don't you? And say hi to Thunder for us.
Thunder for you.
Thunder, if you would, please. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we will be right back after these messages. Thank you again for tuning in. This has been Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast featuring Dub Effects and friends. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Cool, guys. Have a good night. Tell Gretchen I said hey.
Go now.
I will.
Okay, cool.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Hi to April.
Peace.
All right. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.
Good night.
If I can figure this out, I'll get out of here. Maybe not. Oh, here, wait, we'll do that.
Put your up, I'll put it up so people know what he looks like.
See you soon. You do that. While you're doing that,
See ya.
I'm going to introduce our new panelist, who's on his first time with us tonight, Mr. X.
Hey, what's going on? I'm trying to figure out how to get my face on here. Can you see me?
There he is. Let me see, because it might come from my end where I ask you to like turn on your let's see, because it gives me this chance to like actually
Mr. X, tap your screen and you'll see a bar across the bottom of options to come up.
Yeah.
Oh, there
you
we
see
go.
those?
That's the start.
Okay. There it is.
There he is.
You got it? Okay.
There he is. There he is. Doug,
Found
How
it.
you doing, man?
Found it.
Good.
I'm doing
Nice
good.
to see you.
Doug,
Thank you. Nice to be seen.
Right on.
Okay, well, I just put, so that's what it is, and it's on my end then. Now I know.
No,
Yeah,
it was.
It was on my end. I had to just throw it. Had asked me to be put on video.
Okay, gotcha. So, Doug, it's all up to you there, buddy.
Doug, you could do the same. It might help. Touche, mister.
All right. So I don't know who the other panelists are, and that's totally cool. Mr. X, I want to say thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Very welcome.
Very cool.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you betcha. Mr. X actually hails from Southern California, but is now a transplant up in Bigfoot territory up in Washington.
What do you think of that?
Well, I'm so far so good, I guess.
Well, let me ask that, Mr. X. Okay, because we're kind of along those lines anyway. Have you ever had an experience with either some like a cryptid? Like, have you ever seen Sasquatch?
I haven't seen Sasquatch, but I have heard strange things in the woods to the point where, like, I had to go take a leak. I was on mushrooms with some friends camping, and I decided, you know what, maybe I'll just go a little farther in the woods and see. And then I'm like, okay, I think I already am farther in the woods, and really I wasn't. anywhere farther anywhere, but I got lost right behind my tent, and I
You
couldn't
never
tell.
did you
Go
ever
ahead.
find your way back?
All I had to do was turn around.
But being on mushrooms, though, why does that not surprise me?
Yeah, well, you know,
I
I can't go. Unfortunately, I can't go anywhere without indulging. I guess, you know, that's how I'm comfortable like that. So, but luckily, my friends weren't taking advantage of the time either, because that really would have been a fun one. But
wow.
Oh, I do not miss. I do not miss those bad acid trips, and actually, I only ever had a couple.
You had a bad acid trip?
Yeah, my first one wasn't the best. Actually, the first one I thought I was going to die, but I think that was the instant karma because I lied to everybody that I was with that night and told them that I had done it before because I didn't want to be like the odd person out.
That was a smart thing. That was a smart thing to do.
Good thing to do. So anyway, needless to say, a lot of the downtown street kids in Olympia back in 1985, 84, played babysitter to me for a night.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I was living at the Angelus, and anyway, never mind. Completely different show, kids. So yeah. Anyway, needless to say, yeah, don't really care for the mushrooms as much these days. But
God, really?
Yeah, I'm good on all that. I'll pass.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Okay,
man.
Yes,
I miss them.
Us.
Yes.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I miss them.
What, mushrooms?
Yeah, and I'm talking portobellos.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And that's the cooking show actually that's on right after this one. So what
sure are you sure it's not the frying show? It's the cooking show.
It's like
right?
Sure it's not.
For, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm sure we'll definitely be sponsored by some corporation. You were gonna do a little.
Yeah.
You were gonna do.
Huh?
You were going to do some homework.
Well, I mean, okay. What my buddy on the East Coast, North Carolina, calls me at about 5 minutes after I talked to you, and I was like, yep. And as fast as I could get off the phone, it wasn't quick enough. But I sent you 2 or 3 things to your messenger.
Great, which I can't retrieve.
Oh, you can't. So that was smart of me.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. You want me to draw a picture of them?
Yeah, would you? That'd be awesome. And actually, do you have a lot of paper? Oh, perfect. So can you do this? Do you know how to make like stop motion drawings?
Absolutely. Here's a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Short film. Oh, you want to see it? Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here goes.
Really, cryptids or anything in a while.
That reminds
like
me.
Just these, huh?
That reminds me. I have a good topic of discussion.
Good. What is it?
It's okay. So like I've noticed something like with the internet, like YouTube and stuff like that, that there's been an uprising in like phenomenon in the last couple of years, like whether it be like CCTV footage or trail cam footage of like all sorts of weird like entities of like just different like aberrations and like skinwalkers and all sorts of just bizarre stuff. And so, sure, some of it could be fake, you know, but there's some of it is real. And like, and it's just like, it seems to be like, ever since I'm kind of putting it together with CERN, that ever since they opened those portals or whatever, I think it started messing with things pretty seriously. And that it's like, it lets stuff in and there's like, yeah, it's like I think they're connected to the underground bases too, that are like in the Midwest under the national parks, and then there's other ones like there's a bunch of them, but like the big hub of them is from like the national parks in the Midwest. There's a shitload of underground bases, and then I don't know if they house some of these beings or what, but it's just like there's been a massive influx of sightings and recordings and missing persons and all sorts of stuff since that CERN thing happened. And
you know what? I really want to talk about some skinwalkers. I want to talk about skinwalkers. I do. We need to talk about them.
Should we play Forget Me Not's song called Skinwalkers?
Mm-hmm. But I'm also starting a list of songs if I ever get a hold of a freaking computer. From my radio show.
Well, you know, if you could, that'd be awesome.
I'm working on it, man. I was supposed to have one down here today to use for the meantime, and it didn't happen, but I'm working on it.
I'm a little concerned at the moment.
Listen, I'm trying hard as I can.
Just solely for that response right there. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to go to the thread. That's what.
Could you imagine if you brought someone home from the bar, you know, and like you're like,
are they hot?
And they seem hot, you know, because you're buzzed or whatever, and then they turn into a skinwalker.
I might have done that a time or two.
And you're on what?
Huh?
And you're on what? Surgic
I don't know.
acid, heavy duty mescaline,
a little sleep deprivation, maybe.
A little bit of cactus.
That's good though, because actually that plays right into what I wanted to talk about tonight. Anyway, because when you see things that aren't there, where are they?
Where are they?
So, skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers. I believe in them. I think they're legit. They're real.
And it's odd that I'm in the area that they are known for, you know, and I don't think that that's what I've been seeing, but I don't know what it is that I've been seeing, but whatever.
I'm watching a lot of those animal videos where they're like the goat at the door.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
And a few of them, I saw a wonky. Let me try that again. A donkey walking around with a broken neck.
Yep. Which
explain away, but there is a look in some of the, like that goat knocking on the door, dude. That was not faked, I don't think. Not to my concerning eyes.
How about the dogs that are walking on their hind legs around the kitchen, like they know the kitchen real well and stuff?
Yeah, like there's some creepy related. Stuff. Okay, then we'll talk about the Skinwalker Ranch, that's right? Necessary. Well, everybody's
doctored
ranch, huh?
It's not doctored footage.
No, it's not. It's legit.
No, some of these going around are not doctored, and it's weird, man.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. That's why. Yeah, that's.
Why didn't anybody bring one to show us?
Because I sent you a video, and you haven't even brought that one up. So there.
Oh, wow.
But they're not doctored. I mean, some of them, some of the videos, like, I've been watching a channel called, oh God, what's the channel I like? Oh, That Is Impossible. And that has sometimes there's some doctored stuff on there. And the guy will even be like, the commentator guy, he'll be like, well, what do you guys think of this? Is this fake? Is this one fake? But it's about, I'd say 60% of it's legit and 40% are fake. But you can tell when it's fake. You're like, you question it. But no, so the one that she's talking about, the goat at the door, that
sounds scary.
The thing looked possessed, and there is no other way to say it.
And it doesn't look like a normal goat either.
So is this like through the peephole or something?
No, it should have. Did it knock on the door? I don't know what the hell, but they opened the front door and there's this.
No, they opened the door?
Yeah.
Okay, they opened the door and there it is on the other side of the screen. And it's like, it's not big goat with big, it's young goat, all white, which was creepy because, then you can see the pink parts too, because that's weird. And just staring on its hind legs, and not moving, just staring at them. It was the creepiest, most possessed looking thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty weird.
On the door. That is weird.
I don't know if it knocked on the door. Somehow it was at the front door and they opened it.
Yeah, but
They're knocked or not.
might have set off a motion camera or something like that. You know, one of those doorbell cams or whatever.
And I don't know, there's like, okay, mad cow disease, which is also, what is the deer equivalent to that? I can't remember what they call it. But
Lyme disease?
Huh?
Lyme disease?
No, that's there's the deer get it too. But
But
it's
they got
deer-
Lyme disease.
it's really fringe diseases, right?
Yeah.
And proteins on the cellular membranes in your brain, right?
Uh-huh.
And what prion diseases do is they come along and they basically attach themselves to one end of the prion, but then they continue to replicate it incorrectly, right? So your brain gets all confused and can't work anymore. That's why mad cows go mad.
It's that
right?
time again.
I believe rabies.
Time to go back down the rabbit hole with the Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast panelists. Featuring recording artist DubFX.
And co-hosted by DJ D Phoenix.
New episodes and the new season starts June 17th.
A little glitch in the matrix there. You can hear it daily on X5 Radio at both 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Pacific Time. Don't miss Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast. There's room in the rabbit hole for you.
Do this. Let's kind of go towards that Hook, Line, and Thinker vein briefly. Just to catch everybody up, when DubFX was on with us, the original interview back, 2020? Yeah, probably about 2020. Yeah, that sounds about right. Had a great conversation, thought it was a one-off conversation, and it ended up turning into a couple of them. And that's what started the Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast.
Oh,
we
wow.
have Cade Anderson to thank for the name. And you'll have to tell Cade, thank you very much, by the way. Restrictions lifted. Deb went out, started entertaining again on a steady basis. And then 3 years later, and then I get a chance to finally catch up with him again. And that's what we're doing. There again, my friend, thank you so much for putting some time aside today.
You're welcome. You're welcome, brother. I'm happy to be here, man. It's always good. It's always good to catch up with old friends.
It is. I see, and it's funny because it's like with it even being that much time, the conversation really did just pretty much take off, just like from where it was last time.
Beautiful.
And I love that. Totally love that.
Like minds, man. Like-minded people.
That's what I'm thinking.
I have no idea.
I think they call it the Yowie.
Is it? There you
Not
go.
the
You know
Yeti?
more than me.
I don't
Not the
I don't know.
Yeti?
I've only ever heard Americans and Canadians talk about that stuff. So I've never heard any Australian person ever talk about seeing one. So
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's just a North American thing.
Okay, well,
but I have no idea. That's not my wheelhouse at all.
Right. Well, and that wasn't even, I don't think initially that's even what our talks were going towards. That's just what they kind of gravitated towards once we had a couple of panelists pop on, because it's all still this whole big weird ball of wax that I'm sure is somehow interconnected, that the elites know about these things or they order these things up. Who knows? Maybe they're going to send a squad of Sasquatch out to annihilate the human race.
Or they just like to do things to create the buzz to distract from the things that's really going on.
Well,
Look
that-
over
that-
here. Don't look right here.
Right. But if they're going to do that, though, then they need to come up with something better than Sasquatch, because there's still a lot of people that don't believe in.
Dogman, whatever.
Okay. Thank you very much, cuz. I totally
Flyboy.
appreciate that. So let me ask, buddy, this is something that's popped up, especially in the last few years, that I got a chance almost to experience firsthand, that I don't want to. something popping up all like between Europe and there again, Canada and so Doug needs a laptop for Christmas, Santa Claus.
He's talking to ghetto Santa Claus right here. I got some coal.
I'm saying to Santa Claus that's watching the show.
This is DJ Sergeant First Class Diggler with Neo Retro FM, Hook, Line, and Thinker.
It's very bizarre.
That's this coming Wednesday, October 13th, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central Time, only on the Groove Zone's Hook, Line, and Thinker page on Facebook at facebook.com/Hook, Line, and Thinker1. This is one edition you don't want to miss.
I'm sitting out here in Creepsville getting ready to do this show.